welcome to the Curiosity Cave. Today we're going to be making some salsa. First let's come over here and we'll fill up some water. What we're going to do is we're going to take the dried chilies, we're going to heat that up to boiling, take the stems off, seed them a little bit, throw them in here, and they're going to soak up that water. And eventually we're going to use that stock as well as the salsa base. And the key to these chilies are you don't want to let them sit in the hot water more than about 20-25 minutes because they then start to get bitter. So as we're doing this, these are our steps that are going to take the longest. This will be about 15-20 minutes. We want to get those started first. Get that nice and hot. And I've already done a little bit here, but as you can see, there's some scorch marks on there. And we want that thing all black. That's kind of what you want to see. What you want to do is take your hot pepper into a sandwich bag and you're going to want to seal it. What this is going to do, it's going to basically steam the pepper. The skin's going to kind of pop up, and then you can take some kind of paper towel or a napkin, and that skin's going to just peel right off. So we're going to let that sit for a couple minutes, and maybe 5 minutes, and we're going to keep going. So we're going to seed and pull the stems off of these chilies and get them ready to go. So pretty straightforward. You know, you can take the seed off, just or the stem, just pop it off. Just kind of dump your seeds in there. It's okay if there's a couple left, but you know. Off the top. Take the seeds out. It's good to go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring out some more flavor in the chili. A great way to do that is just dry saute your chilies, bring them up and a little bit of heat. Brings out the flavor, and you'll be surprised what a difference it will make in your salsa. So, hi Kaiser. It's always nice to have a companion, but he likes to stand right where I like to go. So, you know, sometimes you got to give him the old heel. And that's kind of what you want. You want just a little bit toasty. You know, only 2 or 3, 4 minutes, depending on how high you got the heat. And then we're gonna do that, and we're gonna set our timer for about 10 minutes. And we're just gonna dunk these bad boys up in here. Okay, my recipe's gonna have 3 onions. I've never made this before, honestly, so we're gonna kind of play around with it. That's the fun thing about cooking is you can kind of add, you can kind of try to subtract, you know, if it's a little liquid, make it thicker or thinner. But just have fun with it. Play around. I got these onions. They're honestly the cheapest kind. So, you know, we're just gonna have fun. I like to take the top off and then take the bottom off as well first. So take a little slice, take another little slice. Don't worry about this. I'll dump that in here. Before you skin it, I like to chop it in half again. So that gives you a little bit of a layer to take off. And you have a nice clean half. Do that with the others. As you can see, they've kind of, you know, got their color back a little bit. They're pretty soft. They have some meatiness in the middle, and boy, are they smelling good. So we're gonna make sure to save the liquid. These are about ready, and we're gonna bring this over, let it cool down just a little bit because it is kind of boiling, and we're gonna get our blender out and we're gonna start mixing stuff together. I have 4 limes. Hey, that's not all I got. And I'm gonna zest them. Please do this. Why are you buying the lime if you're not using the whole thing? All the oil, all the green, all the good stuff you want. Once you get to the lighter stuff, it's not gonna be tasting good, but you want the oils and the zest. So I'm gonna zest these, and man, it makes everything smell so good. I love it. I like to lock it in my gut and just try to keep it right here so it's stable and it's not bouncing around. Just put my elbow in and my arm locked in and right over the bowl I'm using, and just continue to spin it. It's kind of like it's secure. So we finally got the lime zest done, and the whole house smells really great and refreshing. So that's about how much we got. So we're gonna continue to get our ingredients prepped. It is the middle of winter, and we have fresh oregano right out there in the garden. So I'm gonna prep this, and with most herbs, hardwood herbs like thyme, rosemary, oregano, here's a simple trick. You take how it was growing, you turn it upside down, and then you pinch your hand on the top, and you just pull down. And that is everything edible, and that's everything that's not. Yeah, so we'll just add that. Grab it by the stem, because you do not want this in your fingers, because say you touch your eyes or you go to the bathroom, you're kind of in trouble. So make sure to wash your hands. Hi, buddy. He loves to see what I'm cooking. Not my dad, because he's vegan, but he loves to see what I'm cooking, because, I mean, I'm his favorite. It's probably the meat, but, you know, whatever. My dad's filming, so I'm kind of choking with him as he's going. So we're going to take this, and we're going to try to get all that skin off. So I'm just kind of slightly rubbing. You can see it's coming off there relatively easily. Oh yeah, that could have came out better. Look at that, guys. A nice roasted jalapeno. Okay, slice it down the middle. Okay, you're gonna expose that. One more slice, a little bit easier. This right here, at the end of my knife, it's called the vein. And you wanna take all that out. I'll do my best to show you here. So when you get a whole can of tomato, there's about 5, 6, 7, 8 in there, and they look like that. So, got those things off, get them all compressed, fold them under, roll them, and just run your knife through them. Alright, we're at the fun stage where we're going to blend it. So we have our chilies in here. So we are going to put our chilies in our blender. Why I'm adding the chilies first and not the liquid is because I can always add liquid, but it's really hard to take it out. We have our jalapenos, so we have one of those. We add our oregano. We have about a quarter cup of that. We have about 2 tablespoons of lime zest. We have our 3 onions, coarsely chopped. And start adding our lime. I'm lacking in room here, so I'm gonna start with 1 can, which is 5 whole tomatoes. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of our chili broth. About a quarter of a cup to start. We love this stuff. It's smoky. It adds an awesome flavor, chipotle. So we'll add a good amount of that. Let's say 3 tablespoons of that. I'm gonna add some granulated onion powder. 2 tablespoons of that. I'm gonna add some honey. Let's say 2 tablespoons of honey. If it doesn't come out easy, put it in the microwave for 10 seconds. And it's gonna help you out a whole bunch. So we still have a bunch of cilantro, but we're gonna pulse this first, and we're gonna add some more ingredients right after we pulse it. Because right now we're kinda at the top of our limit right now. So this is what we ended up with. Now you always taste what you have, even if it's not done. But look at that, that is just beautiful. And we're not even done. So, you taste it? That's almost good enough right there. I'm gonna pour some aside to give myself more room in the blender. And then we'll mix it all at the end, and we'll continue to add our ingredients. But remember, you have some more set aside. I'm adding cilantro and a couple other things, and man, this is great so far. Alright, so now it's time to season it. I actually forgot to add cumin. I want to add a little bit. This is a very strong spice. Let's add a tablespoon and a half. We're going to blend it again and then take out some and then add some of our other ingredients. Remember to continue to taste your product. You know, right now I know it needs some salt and cilantro and that other lime I didn't put in there. I was going to put in another jar of tomatoes. I think it's great. Honestly, I think it's amazing. So I'm going to pour some of this out so we have room. But man, just look at that color. We like cilantro at the Yanin house, and it's going to go great with that smoky flavor. So we're going to do an extra couple of tablespoons of garlic. There's 1. That makes 2. It was a heaping one, so I like to add a little bit of the water in the garlic. Maybe a couple tablespoons of that. And a lot of pepper. I'm gonna just go ahead and add it to this. So this is some Himalayan salt. Add about a tablespoon of that. Okay, we can always add more. So now, as you can see, that's pretty green, but we're gonna mix that in here. Some texture in there. Add a couple of drops because if you're not careful, you may be enjoying this later, if you know what I mean. So, we have quite a bit, so there's 4 nice dashes in there, and we will mix it up and see where we're at. Oh yeah, that's honestly just what it needed. You got the citrus, you got that nice smokiness from the chilies, and you got that little bit of jalapeno in the back and on the sides. And boy, is that good. Well, it looks like we have quite a bit here, so you know, play around with the recipe. You can eat it on chips. There's enough to make enchiladas, chicken enchiladas, turkey enchiladas, whatever you want. We didn't use all of our liquid, but I came into it not having a recipe, so kind of played around with it, and you know, we got a good 12 cups of salsa here, and Super Bowl is coming up, and we're going to be enjoying this the whole week.